time to play.
Hi, and welcome back to Wild Dream, where we give you the freshest takes on the latest movies. My name is David.
My name's Danielle. Woo!
My name's Danielle.
We have Danielle back on yet another episode here. Guys, this is a bit of a, what we call it, like an unofficial, official spooktacular episode. Let me break down what's going on, guys. The schedule is not looking great for Spooktacular, okay? So while we have in the past been able to make like back-to-back months of all horror movies, we don't think that that's going to be possible this year, but we also don't want to deprive you guys of a Spooktacular. So we will have Spooktacular episodes, but not 2 straight months of Spooktacular. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is your first Spooktacular episode of September, October, spooky season.
That's right. Ooh.
So you heard the Spooktacular music before the episode started. You're like, but just be aware, like next week might not be a Spooktacular.
Might not be.
But yes, we will still be doing our live stream, unedited Spooktacular extravaganza.
Yes.
At the end of October. So be ready for that. And Danielle, we might have you back on that one too, because Taylor won't even be here. So we'll need you to introduce all of our stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's the only reason you're going to have me back?
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we want to use you because we need help.
If there's
It's not for your talent or
any
your
time that you should have me on the podcast, it's anytime there's a musical or during spooky season.
But you know what, though? I will say all of our friends have told us the same thing. All of our friends are like, I love horror too. Why am I not on every Spooktacular episode?
We only got 3 mics.
Okay, well, are your friends related to you by blood?
Are you?
Yes.
I don't know. You guys used to tell me I was
You're
adopted
the-
when I was a kid.
Yeah,
you guys used to bully me.
which was
about it.
absolutely a joke. There's not.
Literally, we don't know who that girl in that photo is at all.
It was so coincidental that you had blonde curly hair and you were the only one with it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Blue eyes. Beautiful blue
Blue eyes,
dude.
blue lies, blue lies.
Oh, fuck. Horror.
And speaking of horror, guess what we saw today?
We just saw The Conjuring Last Rites.
What's next? First lefts? Our own soundboard.
Our own soundboard. Yeah, guys, we have watched the last movie of the Conjuring series, aka the Conjuring world. And I do know, Danielle, before going into this one, you did a bit of a marathon on the Conjuring leading up to this. Is that correct?
And then you watched all the movies too.
I can't believe she did 27 miles of Ghost.
You impressed the hell out of me, I will say.
No training. No training.
Let's be real here. We all know the only marathons I do is movie marathon.
We're a movie marathon family. We'll leave it at that.
Movies, TV shows. Well, I did Conjuring Universe actually.
So she went Annabelle.
Yeah.
La Llorona?
I sat through The Nun 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, the nun.
The Nun. Oh, forgot that that's part of the... Holy shit.
Moly. Okay.
Also, do you also feel that if they didn't have Patrick Wilson in both movies, that they could easily make Insidious and The Conjuring into the same universe?
I would really hope they wouldn't, because their whole thing is they're trying to make The Conjuring seem like that was all true story. It's all based on true story.
so like historical facts.
Well, yeah, because they just make movie versions of cases that the real people
Con people into, yeah.
Yeah, The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
Am I right? Is La Llorona in the Conjuring
Yes.
universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same priest that helped with Annabelle.
I always thought that was just like a folklore thing from like Hispanic culture, isn't it?
It is, but
It
all
is,
of these
but
cases
it's
are
a
real.
folklore that involves a demon.
Okay, so the Warrens like worked on that, I guess.
No, the Warrens
No.
are not part of all of the movies in the Conjuring universe.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so the Warrens are
How did La Llorona get birthed from the Conjuring universe? How did that connect?
so it's made by the same writers and directors of the other movies and involves characters from the other movies as well. So the priest that is in La Llorona is also in Annabelle.
Yeah, because he's like,
Father Perez says
it's like, I would have never believed,
Father Perez.
you know, I didn't think about things like this, but then not that long ago, I met this doll. That's how they connect it. Maybe they're just trying to be more diverse.
There's a Shudder La Llorona that's older.
Yeah,
that I want to check out.
I remember there was
I was just
So Dan is out of the loop on the Conjuring universe, but you
remember-
have seen the Conjuring movies.
Yes, I've seen the Conjuring movies. I've seen Annabelle Creation, which I actually thought was pretty decent. Yeah, there's a lot that I haven't seen. We've talked before when we did our Nun 2 episode, so I've obviously seen the Nun 2. I did talk about how I tried to watch the Nun 1 and I literally turned it off because it was that bad. And you've talked about your biggest gripe with what they did with such a good concept with the Nun 1 with the bells.
Check out our Nun 2 episode to
And
hear more about that.
I remember watching some of the La Llorona movie, but I don't remember which one it was.
I remember telling you to watch it, and I told you, I said, Act 1 actually has some good horror, and it falls off a cliff.
Yeah, that was the one with, there's like a hallway and some security footage and stuff.
Yeah.
I hated it. I thought it was, I respect your opinion, but I disagree with it, and I there was nothing good about that movie. Actually,
Dan's racist.
that's not true.
He's like, oh, a horror
actress.
movie with...
Linda Cardellini is beautiful.
I was just gonna say, I thought that you would
Beautiful.
keep watching it just for her alone.
But other than that, yeah.
I don't even know her name.
Shout
so.
out Freaks and Geeks.
Shout out Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, wait, you guys talking about...
Velma.
Velma. Okay, I do agree.
That shows
I forgot she was in that movie.
That 2 years make a difference.
But yeah, I had no idea that was part of the universe. I thought that was just like a little fad because yeah, like you said, there was a whole there's this La Llorona movie. There's this La Llorona movie. It's like okay, we're just doing a bunch of these. So I had no idea. Of course, it comes back to The Conjuring. But the whole point is you've revisited all of these, so you are. You're in full Conjuring mode, and you're
I
like,
got some comments, that's for sure.
yeah.
For real, because this is just a shirt I wear all the time. Like, look, it's faded because I wear it so much. And then I was like, I didn't know about the dress code for Halloween. I'm like, oh crap.
Here's something that I want to bring up about the Conjuring universe, and let's talk about specifically the Conjuring movies. Okay,
The Conjuring.
When the first Conjuring movie came out, I thought it was one of the best horror movies ever made. I was like, this is the best demon paranormal movie. I thought it was better than The Exorcist even. I was like, this is horrifying. So it was extremely scary. It was very simple plot, very good horror elements, and it was made by a horror director, at that time who we considered one of the best in the industry. And to this day, when I go back and watch it, I'm like, yeah, this movie, I remember why I felt that way. Now, I've seen some better movies since then. I've seen even better paranormal movies since then. But I still think that movie is scary. I still think that it was really well made and that it was really good. And then the second movie, meh.
They lost me on that one.
The second movie, I was like, this isn't nearly as scary, and they're kind of doing some bad horror tropes now. They started using way too much CGI and just going away from what made the first movie so scary and going more for more in your face horror instead of creepy horror. And I didn't really like it. And then the third one, I was like, this is a Hollywood horror movie. This is a straight up, this is a factory made horror movie. And it pissed me off. So going into this one, I was not anticipating liking this movie. I was like, the last one was so bad.
It gets worse every time. So it was on a trend. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, if we do start considering some of the other movies in this world, it's like, well, and then we got The Nun and The Nun 2, and they made a lot of money. So it's like, I don't know. And it's just I feel bad for casual horror fans. And it's one of those things where we start talking about it. I'm like, man, I feel like such a elitist. Well, I'm like, that's what you thought was scary?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me show you some real artistic horror movies. But when people are like, dude, the nun was freaking terrifying. You see her face? I feel like we do the same thing with Smile, too. Like, people who are really scared of Smile, we're like, really? Yeah, that's what you're scared of?
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, our
They
tolerance...
don't like people smiling at them, David.
Clearly.
Wait a minute. They're smiling, but they're being evil? That's not supposed to happen. They're supposed to be frowning and look like they're upset. That's terrifying. They have a smile while doing something horrible. Oh, my God.
Which, by the way, we're going to bring up in the review for this movie. But, yeah, so it's like... Does it make me feel like, oh, my God, like, I'm so, like holier than thou type of like horror fan, but at the same time I'm just like I still want to be scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be scared. I want to feel that feeling I get when I watch a horror movie, like when I watched The Conjuring for the first time. Like I remember watching that movie for the first time and being on the edge of my seat and my heart racing and being scared and wanting to watch the movie through my eyes closed. You know, I think the same thing for like The Haunting of Hill House. Like, you remember watching Haunting of Hill House for the first time and having those scenes where you want to cover your eyes because your heart is racing? Like, it actually felt scary. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much horror put into it. That's how I felt when I watched the first Conjuring movie. And that's how I felt when I watched, you know, even movies like Friday the 13th for the first time. Like, I go back and watch that one. I'm like, yeah, it's not as scary as I thought it was. But, like, I still watch movies to this day that do that for me. You know, there's even games that you've played that I've done that, you know, on Wild Dream Stream on twitch.tv. and
What,
like,
that must have been a Sunday stream because I do horror games on Sundays.
yeah, that was definitely Sunday where you do Sunday Scaries. It's around 7 p.m. is usually when it starts.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I think it might have been one that I missed, and then I went back to youtube.com/wilddreamstream and watched your full live stream from
That's
that
right,
gameplay.
because we upload those.
We do upload all of the gameplay.
YouTube.
That's right.
Interesting.
So I was able to watch that still.
But it had to have been Sunday because Tuesdays, I know that you guys stream, and Thursdays, I know that there's some streams as well. But those are not always horror specific.
Correct. Yeah, those
Okay.
are sometimes just us playing games, having fun, and having any type of conversation with Open AMA.
That's interesting. Okay.
So this one was definitely a Sunday
Sunday.
Scaries specific one that I watch on YouTube, which because all the VODs are available on YouTube.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
Was that natural?
like I love feeling that way. Mm-hmm. This movie did not do as much Hollywood bullshit as the last one did, but I still didn't get to have that feeling of being on the edge of my seat, heart racing, and wanting to watch the movie through my fingers.
Do you ever feel like maybe we're slightly desensitized since we started watching scary movies when we were like way too young to be watching scary movies? Because even Mom and I had this conversation not long ago because she said, it's like a lot of the stuff that we watched, Mom was like, well, I didn't really like censor what you guys watched, but I think it's because she's like, well, I think it's because I watched stuff that was so, maybe I shouldn't have been, like, I was so desensitized to it. So I didn't even think, like, as a parent, oh, maybe, you know, these kids shouldn't be watching this stuff. But I wonder if, like, it's similar. Like, I mean, I think our first scary movie that I remember we all watched together was 13 Ghosts. And we were,
Yeah.
I think I had to have been like 4 maybe. So David was probably around 3-ish, 2-ish, 3. Then that means Daniel was 6.
Well, I mean, my earliest memory of watching a really scary horror movie was, I don't even remember what the name of the movie was. I think Daniel might remember. It was about like a tooth fairy that was a demon.
Yes.
Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad that memory was not fake in my head.
Listen, for real. 'Cause I have, that tooth fairy sticks in my brain.
Should we go back and watch Darkness Falls and see if it was actually scary?
Dude, there's no way that movie isn't dog shit.
I think we have to watch it, dude. But yeah, I think
Yeah, why
13
not?
Ghosts is one that. So 13 Ghosts is the one I remember the name of the movie and everything because I think you guys watched that a couple of times.
Oh, I was
Like, y'all-
obsessed with that movie.
we
dude.
would go
I've
back
watched it multiple times throughout my life.
Well, 13 Ghosts, I went back and watched as well.
How recent have y'all seen that movie?
I've seen that movie since we moved to Colorado, so in the last
wow.
like 3-4 years.
I mean, it might have been on TV and I watched it, but like I haven't decided to watch it in a long time.
That's one of the earliest horror movies in my brain for sure.
Yeah, that
But
movie did not hold up in terms of how scary it was. The horror aspect of it was still good in terms of like the monster design, But the whole thing, I was like, why do these monsters look like this? Like that was like their explanation of why they looked that way was really stupid. And then it was like a whole thing with like, you know, a portal to another dimension and open the yeah. But shout out Matthew Lillard.
Yeah,
shout out Tony Shalhoub.
The sound design was really good in that movie. That's what I remember the most from.
I mean, I loved that it was so unique of a horror movie. Like even just with the house and the walls with scripture or something on it or whatever it was. I also just loved that the evil people got, you know?
It's also just so like 2000s coded in that like the editing is so quick and jagged and they you know they do the thing.
It's dated,
which
100%.
They did in Haunting in Connecticut as well. I rewatched, which was another one that was very like, oh my god, this movie is like so clearly from its time period, you know?
Yeah,
that was kind of a trend too, wasn't it? Like because Haunting of Connecticut, that would have been around the same time as like Exorcism of Emily Rose and shit. Like wasn't that kind of like I guess it's kind of Exorcist.
Last House on the Left
movies
too.
I don't know.
Was around that time.
Yeah, but
that was also around the time of Hills Have Eyes.
It was definitely like it was very Amityville Horror. I feel like.
Oh, Amityville Horror is another one I went back and watched, and I was like, this movie's actually kind of scary.
But did you try watching the earlier one?
No, tried. Yes, get through it. No, I could only get through the Ryan Reynolds one. But The Conjuring. So we get to The Conjuring. And it's another one that's like a little bit older in our head. So it's after all of these other movies that we've talked about, right? It's after 13 Ghosts and Amityville. So like we've been watching, you know, ghost-based movies for a long time. And I felt like The Conjuring started a whole new trend of ghost. Like I feel like it's after The Conjuring that we get like Ouija and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think The Conjuring was interesting because it had that like special. I also thought the movie was really scary. When I remember seeing it in theaters, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was a good horror movie." And you know, I'm like 18, 19 around that time, so I am reaching what I am now, which is the snobby elitist in film. So you know, I was like, "Man, I feel like I haven't seen a good scary movie in a long time," you know, and that one I loved The Conjuring, but I think that what provided it such a uniqueness was the time period. It was it's a period piece in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought that it's like, okay, so you can't get away with a lot of, you can't really default to like bad tropes or technology to, you know, oh, my service is out, you know, like shit like that, where it's like you have to come up with more creative ways to scare because you have less resources in this time. And so all of a sudden there's scares happening from candlelight. And I'm like, this is fucking
matches,
cool.
Yeah.
Man. Like, this is cool. Yeah. Matches and, you know, just really simple, practical. It's really subtle. You know, one of the scariest scenes in The Conjuring is just the doors to the whatever that's called.
Wardrobe.
Yeah, wardrobe opening.
With the clap game.
And expecting something to come out of the wardrobe. But all that happens is the camera just tilts up. And then it turns out he's on top of it. So it's like, and that was one of the biggest scares of the whole movie. And that's all it is. It's just framing. It's like, there's no CGI needed. There's no, you know, it's like, it's so simple.
Lighting and framing.
You know what
timing.
I loved from The Conjuring 2 that was also a really scary moment too, was when the scene when they're in the room and the girl gets her feet pulled again and she's like, okay, sis, like, let's stop. And then she realizes her sister's asleep, whatever. And then she wakes up her sister and she's like, there's someone standing in the corner. And it never shows a figure. It's just that dark corner. And then her sister doesn't believe her and is standing in that dark corner and then the door just slams. Mm-hmm. Because that just plays into a lot of our fears about like what's lurking in the dark, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's subtle horror, you know? And again, I feel like they've gone down. So it's like in The Conjuring 2, they end up doing a lot more of this less subtle horror, and they're doing the voices of the old man's voice coming out of the little girl's mouth. I was like, this is lame.
We've talked about that on the pod for sure.
The Umbrella Man was god awful. Mm-hmm. Absolutely terrible. And then in The Conjuring 3, I don't even remember half of it because it was
same.
Literally just wallpaper. It was just wallpaper, Hollywood copy paste.
That was called The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I remember I watched that. That was around pandemic era. I'm pretty sure. or unless I'm tripping, but that it released on HBO Max, and I watched that with my ex at the time, who was not that into movies, you know, was just like more of a casual movie viewer, and even she was like, that was dog shit. Like she you know, we were like, we just wasted so much time watching this. This was horrible. And, you know, we'll get into our review of this one. I do still think The Conjuring 3 is the worst one in the series.
So, that's how I'm kind of transitioning into this one, is that this one is better than The Conjuring 3. It is not nearly as good as The Conjuring 1. Maybe a little bit worse than The Conjuring 2. Actually, it's for sure worse than The Conjuring 2 in my mind. This one, again, it just like, I feel like they're going so far away from like trying to tell this quote unquote true story about these people, and just trying to tell a story and like being a little bit more like Hollywood with it, you know, where it's like, oh, it ties into all these other movies and look how much fan service we do because we show characters from the first 3 movies and like all this stuff. So like we reference the other movies so people go, oh, that's from that one, you know? And like, I didn't really like that. And they're like, oh, this one's all about their daughter. So they would bring in all these other characters and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It was not like the worst movie I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like this is not one of those movies that we see for a spooktacular that we're just like, man, we only watched this because it was a horror movie and it was absolutely god awful, 0 out of 10. You know, I don't think it's one of those.
Right.
But there are some things that they did well and some things that they could have done way better. And I definitely think that one of the worst parts of this movie is the monster design. Like I was like, man, like when the nun in The Conjuring 2 was first introduced, I was like, this is actually a terrifying image. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The monster in this one is just an old lady with a creepy smile.
Yeah, the same with the man monster.
They really watched Smile and went, that's fucking scary, bro. We have to do that. Yeah. Because every monster in this movie just smiles creepily at the main character. So I'm like, this is not how you guys did other monster designs.
And I know it's a different movie, but you know, I've always praised Insidious 2 for the Parker Crane character because he wears a veil. So you can't even see his face.
Yeah.
That is what is creepy, is that there is mystery and you have to connect some dots and fill in the blanks.
Yeah. All you can see is faint, like red lipstick and then his creepy hands sticking out.
Yeah, I love that.
To this day, I say The Conjuring or the Insidious Chapter 1 and 2 are better than all of the Conjuring series.
Like you had mentioned, this is very, very focused around their daughter. Do y'all think that they're gonna try and use that in the future?
Like, the new movies are about their daughter.
Their daughter and her husband.
Well, did their daughter also become a con artist like they did in real life?
I don't know. I'd like it to stay at the Last Rites.
Right. Yeah. You can't name your movie The Last. Yeah. And then, although that's some shit Saw would do. Saw, for real this time, this is it. Saw 13, got your ass. You thought.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I think this needs to be it because they've lost the plot.
I really do think about that as we talk about the first one and just how simple some of the horror was, but it worked so well, like the hands appearing to clap into the, you know, just the light of a flame, something that simple. And then all this, but now our 4th movie, we have a mirror levitating and spinning.
No, I was thinking that throughout this whole thing. I was like, when we get on the pod, it's one of the first things I'm going to bring up about this movie. When I say they lost the plot, like that's what I mean. The first movie is like, I think we're being haunted because sometimes I get like slight bruises on my arm. And in this movie, it's like, I can levitate you, paralyze you, set your house on fire, slit your throat, shove glass into your stomach and make you puke it out. And I'm like, that's a big fucking leap. Yeah. They used to clap and knock on walls, and now they fucking commit tax fraud against your name.
They have elevated, David. It's been at least 10 years.
They now catfish. They now catfish you and frame you for murder.
That's what it is. No, Danielle's right. The ghosts are just getting too modern. The ghosts are like, wait a minute. Wait. We got more power.
The whole time we could have done this the whole time. They needed to watch The Nun to be like, wait, we could have just done that.
Wait, y'all, they're just smoking cigarettes. I love the idea that all the Conjuring ghosts just have like AA meetings almost, and they're just like, y'all hear what the Nun's doing over there? In Italy?
If you know what The Nun was doing without a union.
Guys, we gotta step it up.
But yeah, this was such a it was just way too far. Like when I say like the Hollywood crap, man, that's what I mean, man. It's like you're doing stuff straight out of like Ouija. Like this looks like a straight to Netflix original, type of haunting movie where it's just way too much. And the monster design I just didn't like. Every monster just smiles. That's all they do. They just smile, and it's creepy because the edges of their mouth is black. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there are moments of this movie that I think some people will find scary. I personally didn't get like really scared about anything. I didn't like the jump scares either, but it was entertaining at times. There's a specific moment that I actually really liked. In the context of a Conjuring movie, I think it's insane. But yeah, and so there are parts of it that I did enjoy. I will also say this. I felt like the family in the first movie looked like a real family. And then this family just is all models.
This family got the worst eyesight I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Oh, dude, their glasses are massive.
Everyone has glasses. I thought the dog had glasses for a second, bro. I was like,
they all wear glasses, and they all wear glasses that take up 85% of their face. But yeah, I think if you like the Conjuring movies, you're going to like this movie. If you hate those movies, you're going to hate this movie. If you only like the Conjuring 1, I don't think you're going to like this one.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I
agree with David in the fact that if that's something that you're into, like the universe of things, like the Insidious universe, the Saw universe, the whatever, then yeah, you'll like it. Similar to me, like bad or not, you just like it for the plot.
And plus, like a huge chunk of this, like a huge part of this movie is not even about anything scary.
Yeah.
It's about that family, and it's about the Warrens.
And that's one of the most annoying parts of this movie is that this movie felt like an eternity.
Yes, I was going to say I swear to God, this movie felt longer than Beau is Afraid. And that Beau is Afraid is a 3-hour movie. I could not believe how long this movie felt. Like it blew my mind. And it started to make me restless, like literally.
And I'm sure that I think the big part of the first part of the movie is people who like chick flicks. Like you'll like that part. Just the showing the love connection and the care for their daughter and things like that. Yeah, that's
the last thing I come to The Conjuring for. By the way, this movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes.
But also, I wouldn't foresee...
It was way longer than it should have been.
I wouldn't foresee y'all liking a movie like that. I mean, David maybe, but Daniel for sure. Like, I don't think Daniel would think, oh, he wants to watch like a movie about two people falling in love. Or like being really in love.
That's my favorite rom-com.
Yeah, I mean, there are movies I enjoy that are that. I definitely prefer people falling out of love. That's my type of movie.
Eternal Sunshine.
Eternal Sunshine, Blue Valentine. I love sad shit where it's like,
to be fair, Blue Valentine is half and half.
It is half and half.
It's half falling in love, half falling out of love.
But so is Blue Valentine. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry. But so is Eternal Sunshine.
That's true.
It has you get to see them fall in love, but you also get to see them fall out of love.
Is another good one.
I love stuff like that because it's it just feels more realistic.
The breakup.
Yeah, I'm actually just getting these movies from this. So some good movies for this. La La Land, another good one where they fall in love and then out of love, and that also has Ryan Gosling in it. The Future, great movie about people falling out of love. Requiem for a Dream. Hear me out. Bruce Almighty.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Bruce Almighty, baby.
I love Bruce Almighty.
Midsummer, a movie about people falling out of love.
That's true.
This movie felt very, very long. And I think that the biggest reason is that every movie, a 3-act structure movie, the second act is the longest act. And this movie's second act is not the Warrens investigating this murder or investigating this haunting. They are like, usually that's how the Conjuring movies go. It starts off with someone's being haunted, and then, you know, that's act 1. And then act 2 is the Warrens get involved. And then act 3 is like, oh, it's, you know, reached a climax and we're finally actually fighting the demon instead of getting beaten up by the demon, and then we win, you know. This movie, they start the investigation and then start fighting the demon within like a minute of the beginning and the, you know, middle of that aspect of it. And so much of this movie is not the haunting and not the, you know, people fighting demons that you expect out of a Conjuring movie. So that is very frustrating. So that's part of why I say if you love The Conjuring 1, you might not love this movie. But if you love these characters, you love the Warrens, you love Patrick Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Like if you love that, then you're going to like this movie.
Yeah. Also, if you don't love Patrick Wilson, you're dumb. You're crazy. You're blind.
I wish Patrick Wilson would get possessed and try to kill me.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I condemn all spoilers. Be gone.
Everyone dies.
Dun, 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 dun. Happy music.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, you gotta do the
Spoiler alert. Now let's get into the rundown.
Lorraine! Hey! Brains!
All right, so The Conjuring, The Last Rites. It's about Ed and Lorraine Warren. Oh my God, blowing your fucking mind here. The movie starts out showing the birth of their daughter. Okay, so right before their daughter is born, they were on an investigation. Why you would go on a paranormal investigation hunting demons while you're 9 months pregnant? But then later in the series, they're like, no, because he stubbed his toe last time. Yeah. Anyways, so she goes into labor while she sees this creepy haunted mirror. Then the baby is born stillborn, and then she's like, God, please bring it back. And this movie's, all the Conjuring movies are a little
pro-religion,
yeah,
pro-Christianity
propaganda. But anyways, so then their daughter comes back, and then that's the daughter that we see throughout the rest of the series, their daughter Judy. Then the movie jumps forward in time, and they get to show us the family that's being haunted. This is the Smurl family, where there's 8 of them in one goddamn house. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. But anyways, they're living in Pennsylvania, and one of the daughters is gifted a mirror. It's a haunted mirror. I swear to God, if one of you guys gifted me an
ugly ass mirror.
First of all, a cracked mirror.
Yeah.
And y'all know how superstitious I am. Mm-hmm. I would be pissed. So that's first of all. Second of all, creepy ass looking mirror. Yeah, very clearly haunted.
Trash gift.
They try and get rid of, so the mirror gives them creepy vibes all the time. The dog barks at it. They try and throw it away.
Dude, my mirror does the same shit, dude. I look so fucking ugly in the mirror I have. I'm like, dude, I gotta get rid of this. There's something wrong with this. I look so ugly and fat in this.
Mine gives me creepy vibes because every time I look into it, I scream.
I scream and cry. I don't know what's up with my mirror, dude. I gotta throw it away.
Mine also breaks every time I look into it. I don't understand.
Have I told y'all about how I wanted to leave a Yelp or a product review for a mirror and just be like, dude, this 1 star, I look like shit in this. And just do that on all mirrors on the website. 1 star, look like dog shit in this bad mirror.
I look terrible.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, no, you're good. So yeah, they try to get rid of the mirror. The daughters do, secretly. And after it gets destroyed, the hauntings get way, way worse. And so actually one of my favorite parts of the movie, when the mirror first gets destroyed, the main girl that was like being haunted by it she starts coughing, and then she starts throwing up, and she starts throwing up blood. And as she's throwing up blood, she like reaches into her mouth and pulls out a small piece of glass. And then she like, and this is like projectile vomiting, right?
Yeah, it's extreme.
And then when she like walks away, the other sister looks into the sink and sees that the vomit that she was spewing out of her mouth, projectile, had a bunch of shards of glass all over it.
Yeah, just glass and blood.
Now, I liked this because of the visual of it and how brutal and insane it was. I hated this in the context of a Conjuring movie. I brought this up in spoiler free. Like, wow, you can do that now?
Yeah.
You used to have a hard time blowing out a fucking match.
Yeah, like it just, this haunting just started. And that like, I don't want to get us too sidetracked, but that's one of the biggest problems is that the Conjuring finale, the original Conjuring, when the mom is like underneath the house in the crawl space, then she starts seeing freaky ass shit in the mirror, and the mirror's cracking, and it's like that. We saved that for the very end of the movie. Now all of a sudden it's just starting off so fucking hot that like, where do we?
And
even
the
go
Devil
from
Made Me
here?
Do It was something that did that too. Like they just started off with just showing the monster, which we talk on this podcast all the time. Like we don't like seeing the monster most of the time, especially movies like this. Like I think Paranormal Activity fucking nailed it. Like that first one was so good for that. Anyways, so, they are having really, really bad shit happen to them to the point of like every single member of the entire 8-person family is being haunted and hunted and harmed and, been paralyzed and thrown down the stairs and been fucking stabbed and just fucking insane shit. Okay. They end up getting on the news and they're all over the news. Like, oh, our house is haunted. We need help. Our house is haunted. We need help. I don't know how this becomes national news. Hey, my house is haunted, but I guess it happens. So while this is happening, then we get like an hour of the Warrens where their daughter has a boyfriend now and he wants to propose, and they're like not sure about it. That's like the next hour of the movie.
Yeah, Ed and Lorraine don't do cases anymore because Ed has a heart problem. So they really want to help people, but they just can't because it's bad for him medically. And then their daughter is starting to see stuff just like her mom. And her mom's like, remember, this is a big motif, is like, remember what I told you to get these ghosts and apparitions out of your head,
this very random thing that she doesn't do in any of the other movies. Am I correct about this, Danielle? She doesn't do this little chant.
Lost her locket in her pocket.
So
also, why do a very creepy? It's such a creepy.
She's like, Polly
chant.
Pocket lost a locket. Then Shelly found it. When she saw no penny inside, you're not real. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
You're not there.
You're not there. And I'm like, you could have just close your eyes and say you're not there. But
Close
no,
your
they gotta
eyes,
do this.
count to 10, breathe.
They do this whole chant, and it's like a big motif. So she keeps seeing stuff, and then the daughter eventually is like, this is happening way too often. I think I know what's going on. And then while this is happening, Father Gordon, who is a recurring character in the Conjuring movies, goes to see this family. And again, most insane ghost ability. He goes to the church to talk to another priest, talk to, I think, a cardinal. And he's talking to this lady. And then he turns away and he sees something creepy. He turns back and the lady's not there. And then the door turns and then opens up and it's all black. And then he pulls out his cross and he starts speaking to him. And then the cross sets on fire and starts burning his hand. And then all this stuff. And then the doors open and then he's like, he freaks out and then he goes and he kills himself. He wraps a fucking electrical cord around his neck and jumps off of the 7-story spiral staircase.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the ghosts in this movie used to like bruise you.
They used to go boo. They used to stand in the corner ominously, not even touching you.
Right.
Like not even being
They
near
used
you.
to pull your hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Now
They used to go like this.
Now they can follow you into a church. By the way.
Yeah.
And
They can turn your ass into a rotisserie chicken, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just to warn you. Like, to go, yeah, don't fuck with me. Oh my God, I won't. I'm throwing up shards of a glass.
yeah. So just most insane shit. So then,
yeah.
obviously now Judy, right? That's her name?
Yes.
Judy. Yeah, she's a Jude.
Judy. Judes.
Judy.
No, that's the judge. Judge Judy. Everyone know that. Anyways, so she is like, I know what happened to Father Gordon. I got to go to this family's house. So then we finally get the Warrens go there because they're like, our daughter just left to go see this family. We got to go help her.
This is about an hour and a half in the movie.
Yes.
I swear to God, that's not exaggerating.
Maybe an hour 50. Because the movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
So probably an hour 50 into the movie that we finally get the Warrens in this house.
Yeah.
So the Warrens are in this house, and what they discover is that the demon never wanted this family in the first place. This demon wanted Judy the whole time. That's all they ever wanted. Because when she was a baby in Lorraine Warren's stomach and she touched the mirror, the ghost saw the baby and was like, that's mine, I want that. And so I've been waiting for this long. I've been waiting for a random family to give me why I didn't do this to any other family who's owned this fucking mirror since then. I don't know. That whatever. It's different now. So now I have you. So now they're being haunted, and this mirror is the most OP ghost mirror. So like again, the demon things like for instance, the little toy box that the kid has in the second movie, that one you would open it up and it would play a song, and then there'd be someone standing behind you, and you go, ah, and they're like, this is haunted. We got to put this in our museum. This mirror can kill you. This mirror can slit your throat.
This mirror will run your pockets, bro.
This mirror will mollywop your bitch.
This mirror will suplex your ass from the attic to the basement. Did you understand me?
This mirror literally slams into people, throws them against the wall, gets up, starts spinning, and so fast that it causes wind blowing them back. And then it slams into the ground and shoves itself into them and starts strangling the boyfriend of the daughter, by the way. And
I think I saw it smoking a cigarette at one point. I think the mirror was smoking a cig.
I think the mirror was selling cigarettes at the gas station. I think the mirror had a 9 to 5.
That's right. They clocked in at some point.
They clocked in and they were wearing a fucking apron.
I remember a scene where the mirror was smoking a cigarette. I was going, goddamn, fucking 80 you motherfuckers.
80 you goddamn fat bitches. Oh my God. So this mirror.
If you have made it through that rant, good on you.
The mirror gets closer and closer to them, and then Lorraine is like, hey, remember when I told you to do this little chant and to say you're not there? I'm trying to get you to not have these powers that I have and don't accept these demons into your life. And she goes, you can't turn away from them. You have to face them. You have to face the demons. And then they go, in the power and name of Jesus Christ. And then they looked at each other and go, family. And then they turn to the demon. They turn to the demon and go, fuck you, bitch. And then the demon's like, no, all I needed was you to not be scared for a little bit. And that's all it took for me to be gone. All I needed you to do was to actually look at me and go, and I would have to stop doing all of this. I wasn't able to do anything ever again because you looked at me and went, No. Stop. Swiper, no swiping looking motherfucker.
Enough.
That's literally what happened.
Yeah, it is.
She touches the mirror and goes, I'm not scared of you anymore. They're like, fuck, well, I guess it's over. I used to be able to walk into a church and fucking kill a priest, but now that you've looked at me, it's all over for me.
I'm going to have this 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I'll never make it.
That's the end of the movie.
Yeah,
she gets married.
She gets married. They do a big send off for the series.
Yeah,
series. Really, but
because what I'm thinking is, you know who the daughter of Ed and Lorraine Warren are so close with they get a front row to their wedding? The first family from the Conjuring movie.
Yeah,
that's who the daughter invites to her wedding to get front row. It's the family from the first. I'm like, why are they invited? Why were they invited to this wedding? Like, they were like, yeah, we've had thousands of cases. I'm like, you've had thousands of cases? And the family from the first Conjuring movie.
That's a good point. They do say
got invited to the wedding for your daughter?
Damn, you know those other
families were like, "What the? We had pretty bad demons."
Did they have the other families from the second one as well? Or
Yes.
What? Yeah, that's what I thought because they showed
They flew
multiple.
in from England just to fucking go to the Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter's wedding. She didn't have friends from high school and college at this thing. It was just characters from the Conjuring series. Heads at my wedding.
Now, if this was Spider-Man, Dave would be eating that shit up.
Yeah, do you?
I just want to make that very clear. If Spider-Man had a wedding and then fucking,
who's invited to Spider-Man's wedding?
if he started
Stark's
seeing,
wife.
oh, dude, he was in that one movie. Blah, blah. Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm just saying,
It's fan service.
it's fan service. That's exactly what it is. It is fan service.
But don't make sense. Listen, when Tony Stark died,
Okay, spoiler.
and his funeral was all superheroes, I was like, this makes sense. I was like, this tracks. It's all superheroes. That's who would be at Tony Stark's funeral. I don't think the guy from accounting makes it to the Tony Stark funeral.
That's what was funny too. So they do this big send off. They give everyone closure, and they do this. I mean, they really wrap it up. I mean, they have Lorraine telling Ed, I had this vision about our future, and it just goes all the way into them being old and having grandkids and having doing their whole thing. And then, like we said, like these movies like to do this kind of based on a true story type shit where they have a bunch of text on screen that tells you how the real life people that this is based on ended up. And they did mention, although their work is very controversial. Did you remember that in the thing that they said in this movie? And I was like, they must have got a lot of backlash once people were like, hey, weren't these people scam artists? So they're probably like,
last podcast on the left kind of ruined the Warrens for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just they give him a big send off. They tell him like, hey, they give the true story about Ed and Lorraine Warren and how they passed, and so this seems like they really are closing the door on this. But the fact that they have this daughter and her husband who are
now experienced ghost hunters.
Yeah, it's like I could see them having that as like a safety net. I don't think they're going to put out a Conjuring movie next year or anything, but I do wonder if they're like, that for real. That's it. No more Conjuring movies, but this spin-off about the daughter is called the
Mundring.
yeah.
Now that you say that, here comes my first complaint, which is
Danielle's first complaint.
Which the boys were probably not ready for because they do know that I do like the Conjuring universe for the storyline, the characters, things like that. But the thing that is annoying about the Conjuring, like the whole Conjuring universe together, is that it does seem like every single movie is like you said. It's like they set it up to do another movie, but never like, what am I trying to say? They don't have the thought of what they're going to do next in mind. You can tell. Like, they set it up so that possibly they could do another movie, but then every single movie seems like they just thought, oh, we should just make another one.
We'll keep it open just in case.
Like, yeah, because like
it's not like Marvel where it's like, hey, we know that 13 movies from now, like where they have it planned out.
Yeah.
Or even Saw, I feel like even Saw with different directors for different movies, and did they have different writers for some of them too?
It was the same writing rotation, but yeah.
So like each one you could kind of tell was like you could tell it was different based off like the director, the writer, and things like that. But what I do like about Saw is, for the most part, I mean, maybe I need to do another movie marathon. For the most part, they are good continuity wise, which I like. Whereas the Conjuring universe sucks at continuity. It's just...
It's a retcon nightmare. Can we talk about what is probably all of our least favorite part of this movie? We start there. This is the least scary thing. They did this in The Conjuring 2, technically, and they did it again in this movie, and I think it's so stupid, and it's dumb, and it's never been scary, and it will never be scary. Stop doing this forever. Making a CGI fake thing grow really big.
Well, hold on.
Shut up, Daniel.
Let's not be super anti making things bigger.
via CGI.
Whatever it takes, buddy.
Your sister's on the podcast.
Sorry.
Stand you.
No, yes, this was. I don't know if Danielle cared about this as much as we did. We hated this, but I'm a moviegoer that is pretty quiet.
Semina moviegoer.
I'm a cinema guy, and I'm pretty quiet. I enjoy the film. I just watch it, and you know what? The scene happened. Judy walks into a room. She sees Annabelle sitting on the floor. Annabelle then goes and quick little jump scare where she turns her head, but then she starts to elongate and start cracking and going and turning into giant Annabelle, so big that she is taking over the room like Alice in Wonderland, right? And she starts chasing. So giant Annabelle is now chasing Judy down a hallway, and I audibly said in the theater as I was laughing, of course, because this is hilarious, this movie fucking sucks. And it was like an actual, it's like burping almost, where you're just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's how
I didn't see that coming.
I was like, oh shit, I said that out loud. But I was like, this is unbelievably silly. There hasn't been any, like, there's a lot of stuff in this movie that is so silly. They do like this.
The mirror things that we were talking about already.
Yeah, the mirror thing doing a
and this is the pirouette. And this, what you're talking about, is sillier than the mirror stuff.
Exactly. It was so fucking stupid. And then like they have a baby doll that's a big part of this movie that crawls on the ground. It's like a little animatronic baby doll, and it goes, "Mommy, mommy," which is already funny as fuck.
So it is funny.
We were laughing us four were the only ones laughing when it first got introduced. Were we not?
For real, I feel like a lot of the scenes we were the only ones laughing.
I was
just
guys,
well, because in my head I'm like, they thought this was so scary, and this is just so stupid.
Yeah, mommy.
It's very much like the barbarian.
Yeah,
like they thought that was so scary.
Yeah, and it was just like, this is so goofy. So like, nothing is scary in this movie. Like, nothing is scary in this movie. I think like we'll talk about more scenes. I want to focus on the shit that didn't work and that isn't for sure is not scary, because I also wanted to mention like the fucking dude. I was getting so I really did not like this movie, guys, but I hated the amount of times before they threw that mirror away. The amount of times that the camera would zoom into the mirror and go, and I was like, I fucking get it. The mirror is haunted. You showed me in the first scene of the movie that it's haunted. Why do you have to zoom into it every fucking scene and have a music swell to show me that mirror bad?
Just in case, though.
I know it's bad. I know it's bad. Please stop. Please destroy the mirror. Destroy the mirror for my fucking sake. I think the mirror was worse to me than it was to the people in this movie. I fucking hate this mirror.
But how did you feel about when they then showed the mirror at the very end of the movie in the attic, and then they did it again?
I don't know.
The mirror that's already been destroyed.
You know what? I don't know, because I was asleep. and I'm actually being so serious. I dozed off twice in this movie. I really did not like this movie. And now not liking it, we're going to rate it at the end. Not liking it does not mean that it was the worst movie I've ever seen, like you said. I've seen way many worse movies than this, including especially on this podcast. But good God, it annoyed me to no end. Like, to no end. To the point where, like, Patrick, what's his name? Wilson?
Yes.
Patrick Wilson's character just cracking a joke about how he wished he could eat lasagna. I think that was my favorite part of the movie.
Yes.
I think this entire how long is it? 3 hours?
2 hours and 15 minutes.
4 hours. So so the entire movie that's supposed to be a horror movie and it's supposed to be scary and it's supposed to create fear. My favorite part was a crack about lasagna, dude. Like, I'm just like, what? You guys missed the mark on what should have been the focal point of the movie. And I could not believe it. And like, just the zooming in, the amount of swells in the music was fucking Nosferatu level. Like, I was like getting a headache from it. I was like, oh my God. Another thing that fucking drove me insane. The pace at which the horror scenes happen. Fucking get on with it. You are going to do this 10 more times in this movie. Fucking pick it up. pick it up.
Yeah.
Stop having someone go and turn to their left. Fucking get on with it. Can you get on with it? We have 10 more of these bullshit scenes to get through, and they're all going to be not scary, apparently. Can you fucking get on with it? Another thing that drives me crazy.
Wait, real quick on the pacing. Can I tell you about my least favorite paced scene that was so bad that I started laughing about how bad the pacing was? It is the scene where one of the teenage girls is trying to watch the footage from her birthday to see who blew her candle out. And it's so obvious that there's like 4 frames of this figure when she watches it all the way through. And she's trying to pause on it. And I understand that if she paused on it the first time, we might be in here saying, wow, she really nailed that on the first try.
100%, yeah.
But she tries like 5 times. She keeps going back and pausing at the wrong time 5 times. And I was like, at a certain point, I started laughing. I was like, oh my fucking God. I said, I turned to Taylor, I said, the payoff is not going to be worth it.
See, that's okay, that scene specifically, that's why I wanted to save that scene for later. But since we're talking about it now, before I had like the end of it, when it was happening live, as we were just watching it, when that scene was happening, I thought that this might be brilliant. I was like, wait a minute. One, I had that same thought. I was like, oh, it's actually pretty logical. She didn't get it on the first try or even the second try. Now, she does it like 5 tries, but still, I was like, I thought it was leading up to something because you have 2 elements at play in this scene. And I thought that they should have done something with this. And I thought that they were going to do something awesome. It's such a great, this was one of my favorite horror scenes of the whole movie, even though it didn't go where it should have gone. But it created this sense of dread because you have what is going to appear on the tape that she is trying to see, but also there is a reflection that's being cast on the television screen of herself. And I was like, I
thought they were going to do something with that too.
I was like, this is actually pretty fucking creepy. Like, this is scary. Right. And I think it's going to, they're playing with you. What's going to scare you? What's on the tape or what is in the reflection of the TV? And it was really well done until it didn't lead up to anything. Now, I do appreciate the creepy face blowing out the candle. You know, I love shit like that. Lake Mungo does it a lot where it's just like,
but I thought
here's this picture and like, oh shit, there's someone else in the picture.
I just thought it would have been way scarier if it was like a small person like leaning over, blowing it out. But it's this big, scary face that's like the size of her body.
Yeah, it's like not subtle at all.
Yeah, it's a really big and scary teeth and with the eyes looking directly into the camera. I'm like, man, it's not subtle, man. I want it to be like something really nice and subtle.
I get that.
I agree that they didn't do anything with, the reflection. And then, so of course, the scene ends with a man coming in, wielding an axe and trying to kill her. And I'm like, again, they used to fucking stand in the corner and pull your hair. Like, now they fully manifest and have weapons.
That was insane. That one, that might have been the moment that I was for real, like completely out on at least the horror, if not the whole movie. Like, I was just like, all right.
I'm also just like, no way every person just has weave game like this. Like, everyone dodges every attack.
I feel like what they did not very successfully is they combined a lot of the different movies into this movie. So I didn't like the carousel thing because we already saw a carousel. I didn't like the growing thing because we already saw that. We saw that in Annabelle and in Conjuring 2. Mm-hmm. And they definitely were combining because you hear them talking about the fact that the reason why, which I like The Conjuring 2 and y'all didn't, is the reason why that it's able to do all those things is it's saying that this very powerful demon, unlike what we've dealt with before, is controlling. So it's not even just like, oh, this powerful demon can do a bunch of crazy stuff, right, in the house, or like a regular, negative energy or whatever entity. But it was like, oh, this powerful demon can control other spirits to haunt you and make them do things that they don't even necessarily want to do. And then you hear her saying like, oh, that's what's happening. Because the first time she didn't realize that's what was happening. And then now she's like, oh, now I'm an expert, because, it happened to me once. So now I'm expert. I know exactly what's happening here. And these demons or these ghosts in this house, they don't even want to be here. They're being used by some other demonic force.
Kind of fucking hated that. Let me tell you why. Because in The Conjuring 1, she's like, I feel like there's a dark presence here. And then they go to the library, they find records of the house's history. And like, this is what happened on this land and blah, blah, blah. And here's the story. Here's this article. Here's this, recollection. Oh, we found a diary of the person who owned this house and said that they were worshiping demons, blah, blah. In this movie, she senses them and then like, all right, so there was a mother and there was a father and then he actually killed both of them. She was actually cheating on him. I'm like, how do you fucking know all of that? I'm like, how do you know that? You weren't ever able to do that. You were never able to know everything about a place just by talking to the fucking ghosts. And now all of a sudden, you're like, so the girl, like her favorite cereal, cornflakes, obviously. So like, I'm just like, how the fuck do you know that?
No, I hated that as well. I was like, what the hell is this?
And on top of that, they're not actually evil or trying to hurt these people. It's
there's a demon
an extra
controlling them.
entity person that is controlling them, that's hiding behind them.
Yeah, she was being messy, bro. She was gossiping. She's like, so she had an affair. Nah, homeboy came out. He was mad.
Well, and the thing is that
I was just sitting there with my popcorn while I had my vision.
So I'm standing in the basement.
you won't believe,
girl.
But like, what's so frustrating about it too is it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's like it felt less like. Like, oh, we weren't thinking about this. It's like, oh, I bet they had this idea of like, oh, this is what's haunting in this thing, but we'll just have the demon controlling them. But it also felt like they were like, fuck, we already did like an hour of this girl dating this guy. So we can't flesh out them doing research about this house. Mm-hmm. We can't flesh out this investigation. We got to wrap it up, guys. Like,
they spent their time in the wrong area.
Yeah, and she just walks out and just tells Patrick Wilson everything about the demons, the ghost that we need to know. What? Because if we left the movie, we'd be like, wait, who's the axe guy?
yeah.
Demon. That's who. What?
Yeah.
Like, anyways.
But it's actually the mirror. I don't know. Whatever. It's so. Como se dice, stupid as fuck. And
so what was your next point, Dan?
My next point, and I swear I'm done ranting after this. This is my last point. I swear to God. my blood pressure's down. Nice. I'm good. You're right.
Get it back up. I was into it.
Listen, the thing that, and I talked about this, like as soon as we walked out of the theater, I was like, why did nobody in this fucking movie try and fight back? Like, I am just... There is a scene with a bunch of mirrors and a wedding dress, okay? There's an old, frail, weak old lady barely crawling, because she, again, is very frail, broken bones, can barely even utter the word boo. You know, she is crawling to an 18-year-old girl who is young and spry and athletic and reaching her
beautiful
peak of powers, right?
Whoa. Did you say beautiful?
Whoa.
Did you say? Well, I looked up the actress's age. We're good. It's all good, I promise.
She's crawling towards her in this confined space, on the ground, defenseless. And what is her decision?
Mommy!
To back up into the wall behind her and just go, and then allow time for the old lady to just crawl up her. I'm like, bro, I would have kicked your ass for a 67-yard field goal. If you are crawling to me that slow, your temple is getting caved in. Do you understand that? Do you understand that when a baby starts going, mommy, I'm throwing it in the fucking fireplace? Why does no one do shit in this movie? No one does
Everyone's
shit.
fight or flight response is flight.
Dude, it's
not even. Not even. I was just about to say that, David. Not even. They need to change it from fight or flight to fight, flight, or freeze.
Because so many people.
Because Daniel said that he would kick the crap out of her, and I said, as soon as I walked into a room full of mirrors, I'm out.
She's like, pre-demon.
I said, look, listen, I've watched a lot of scary movies, okay? And also, who wants to see all their angles like that?
Must be nice.
I only need to see what I look like, what I might look like in the pictures, okay? I need to see.
Oh, that's so good.
That's a good point.
Only really fit people care about seeing all their angles. Okay.
Hey, forget the ghosts and demons. I'm already scared, bro.
Hey, they need to be scared of me. Believe that.
I'm terrified. But yes, I was thinking that too when you were talking about the joke about the lasagna. I do like that a lot of the Conjuring, mainly Ed, but I like the Conjuring movies and scary movies when they have funny moments. But obviously, yeah, there has to be a lot of scary moments and then the funny moments that makes it better. But that's like one of the things. One of the things that was like, I like when things are a little bit more realistic as well. Like you said, like if this doll started doing some creepy crap, I'm not keeping the doll. And especially as a kid, I would never pick that thing up again. You see it, I'd see it later after this craziness that she's holding the doll.
Oh, sorry.
No,
so for context, the doll walks around and says, "Mommy, mommy," and then at one point, a little girl is watching her, and the doll does crawl. I mean, that's its thing. It's like a motorized crawling doll. So,
also, never would have got that ever creepy already.
Yeah. Also, it has no eyes, and they're just black. And so, anyways, so she sees the doll going, "Mommy, mommy," and then the doll flips over, which I was laughing already at.
It was hilarious.
But then
it started doing crunches. Remember?
Yeah,
crunches
like a yoga crunch.
Future. Okay. Anyways, and then it starts levitating in the air, and then you see that there's a creepy old lady holding it and goes, "Rah!" And then, but yeah, Danielle's right. The kid sees that their doll doing that, and then they still play with it. I'm like,
Never touch that thing again. It would go in the trash.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And that's one of the things about the Annabelle too that was realistic. Is like when it was started doing crazy crap and freaking people out, they were like, okay, let me go throw this thing in the garbage. Like,
but it always
and then when it came back by itself, it's like, okay, yeah, this is crazy. This is scary.
That's what I'm saying.
Same thing with like Child's Play. They throw Chucky away like 10 times.
Yeah, and I get like when it's just a frustrating issue to have. I understand that certain things have to be certain ways for horror movies. I understand that if you actually just ran up and did the normal, logical, smart thing that we would all do, which is just kick this bitch in the head as she's frail, just very weakly crawling to you, that then it just turns into a scary movie. It's just a
I'm about to say it's Regina King in scary movies.
Exactly. It just turns into a parody. So I understand that's like, how do you toe that line? But when you do that, 12 scenes, when you do that in 12 scenes, which, you know, that was one of the frustrations with this movie of like how it just was way too formulaic in its structure. It was just like, man, Ed is his heart is hurting, but we love him and he's a great father. I'm gonna run away for just a second to this room by myself. Dun, 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 dun. Creepy shit is happening until eventually it.
Also, again,
all right, next scene. Ed, we're such a loving family. All right, cool. I'll be right back. It's just like, dude, can we fucking please restructure this?
But I think Danielle's right. I think the more frustrating part about that is it's the fight, flight, or freeze. Like, even in that mirror scene, I'm like, I was literally screaming in my head. I was like, there's a door right next to you.
Right.
Just leave. Open that door. And what she's screaming for, like, Mom. I'm like,
yeah.
Sorry, I just pantomimed reaching two inches to my left to open a door.
Don't worry,
it's an audio only podcast.
We're gonna have a video podcast when we're about 60 pounds.
After 40 rounds of Ozempic.
That shows in general your natural instinct already. You even just thinking about it, you automatically went to open an imaginary door. In the room.
It's like, come on. Yeah. But yeah, it's frustrating because when you can't see the demon, it's better. Like when you don't manifest it, it's scarier when it's something is touching me and I can't see it. Like then you don't know where to run. You don't know where to fight. You don't know what you're capable of and what the demon is. I mean, yeah, if it's a frail old woman on the ground, I'm going to, mollywop that bitch ass. But if it's a fucking 10-foot demon monster, I'm not going to do anything. I'm like, I'm going to run. So like, that's what's so great about not showing the monster is it creates more fear because what you imagine in your head is going to be scarier than any monster you put. Even the dude who's wielding the axe or whatever, I'm like, I'd piece this motherfucker up. I'm like, hell no fucking 1950s motherfucker's gonna beat me.
I don't know. He might have got me, bro. He's got that farm strength, man.
I would cough in his mouth and he'd be dead. the bacteria alone. Like, it just like, I don't know.
It's one of those things, though, that happens a lot in scary movies, especially things like Jason and Mike Myers and stuff. Like, people that make really dumb decisions, and we talk about it, and it's like they make those dumb decisions for the plot, I guess, for the scary part of it, where we would not make it. But that's what I liked about a lot of the other Conjuring movies, especially from the first one, is that when they mix something scary and then something realistic, like your realistic action of, like, especially the cop from the first one who did that a lot, where he just reacted in a way that I think we all were. It's like, oh, this girl just scared the shit out of me. I'm out of here. Like, that's one of the things that was really annoying that I think would have been cool if they did, but they didn't do. Is obviously the whole reason that Judy even went up all the way to the attic, also stupid, is that the demon does a fake voice of her mom to call her up there, okay? So she goes up there, but whatever, she's like, oh yeah, my mom, even though I don't see her anywhere around, she told me to stay away from here, I'm gonna listen to this now. Anyway, she goes up there, nothing suspicious, and then she comes down after getting scared to hell, and then she comes down, and then it happens again. Oh, the demon is saying, acting like one of the girls' name, or girls' voices or whatever, one of the kids that she was worried about. Okay, this just happened to you. So what would have been funnier is that you already know that that's the demon and you ran downstairs. Like, that would be like a good, oh, we just saw something scary. Now I'm smart now because I know that it's messing with me. I'm out of here. And I'm going to go tell my mama.
That point that you're bringing up, a lot of the complaints that we've had so far, and the majority of this podcast, since Spoiler Talk, the majority of this podcast, we have been talking about 15 minutes of this movie.
yeah. He's right.
Like, everything interesting or notable or like whatever. Like, when I tell you there is about 40 minutes of Ed's birthday party.
The ping pong scene?
The ping pong scene. There's a montage of them playing ping pong.
Yeah.
You guys think I'm joking. The demon using the mirror to try and kill them, it takes up less time than ping pong.
Yeah.
In this horror movie.
Yeah.
So, like, when Daniel says the pacing of this movie, it is a 2 hour and 15 minute movie that feels like 10 hours. And ping pong is more important than demons in the demon hunting movie.
Or as the Chinese call it,
Ping pong.
Listen, we
Balls of Fury, most underrated comedy of all
top
time.
tier joke. Top tier joke.
We really need to normalize and have more of our 30-minute movies. I've been
You
watching.
must be a fan of
Must be a fan of Wild Dream.
Listen, I have been watching so many scary movies. I'm in my spooky era right now, and then I just got Shudder, so I've been watching a lot of scary movies.
Dan has Shudder, so if you want to not pay for it, I can use it while he's using it.
I already knew that, but I didn't feel like texting him at the time because there was a movie I really wanted to watch that was only on Shudder. So blah blah blah. I did it right then and there. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of movies, and I just got Shudder, and I've been watching a lot of horror movies that are an hour and a half. And
Shout out Shudder.
when the same thing happens, like there was one I watched, Possum, the last 15 minutes, honestly, last 15 minutes, maybe less, of the movie was the best part. And it brought the whole movie together, but the rest of the movie was blah. But at least it was only an hour and a half.
That's true. You're
Exactly.
spending a lot less time with the movie until it gets good.
You're
Right.
speaking our language.
You're speaking to the fucking
You
choir.
just said-
You're preaching to the choir, honey.
You just said
Birds of a
movies
feather.
should be an hour and a half, and I was like, that's a Wild Dream thing. And then you said, so I got Shudder, and I was like, that's a Wild Dream thing. So you're speaking our language, and yes, I love the. I really want to comment on this before I forget because you're talking about that scene. I'm glad you brought that up when she goes to the attic.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny because she starts on the first floor. Okay. The way this scene goes is she hears Lorraine apparently go, hey, sweetie, can you come up here real quick? Or whatever the line is. And she's like, okay. She's already trepidatious, but somehow does it. She goes up the stairs. Now she's on floor 2. Then she opens up.
The attic is already open. That's what's even...
Oh, okay, the attic's already open. So then she goes to the stairs where the attic is. And then she goes up the stairs. And then she starts putting her flashlight around the attic. And like you had mentioned, doesn't see. So again, her mom said one thing.
Yeah.
She said, hey, come up here. And she's going up. And then she's like, huh. She's not still calling out for you. So why are you still going?
I thought the exact.
Why are you still going?
I was about to bring that exact point up. The exact point. And I thought that throughout the entire point of that scene. I said the second you get to the second floor and you see the attic is open and you go, Mom, and you don't hear another response.
Yeah.
You need to go back downstairs like your fucking mom told you to, you dumb bitch. Why don't you listen to your mom and stop listening to your mom?
I thought what you were going to get to, I thought the point that you were going to make is the fact that she very quietly almost said, like, she just very, not quietly, what's the word? She very casually is saying, hey, Judy, come up here.
Yeah, she's not like,
and
hey,
then
Judy!
literally, like, she's all the way in the attic, so it just came through that clear like that. There's so many families like that, and honestly, Mom is like that too, and she gets so mad when I don't hear her when she's talking to me from across the room, like, across the house.
My wife does that too.
How do you expect me to hear you over my fan, let alone my fan, my TV, and then you're talking like this from across the room? But there's families that actually hear that. Guess what? This family's not like that. We can barely hear each other screaming at each other right here.
My wife likes to talk to me while we're camping, while I'm like 100 yards away from her next to a river. And she's facing away from me, and she's like, and all I hear is, I'm like, bitch, I can't fucking hear you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you brought that up I'm glad we're all in agreement on that, because I was like,
she does so many actions on one
single call.
And you know what? I even think saying, hey, sweetie, can you come up here? That's even, I think, longer than the phrase. I think she was like, hey, Jude.
Yeah, you're right. It was something shorter.
Hey, Jude.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. I was like, why are you continuing to go up there? She is not calling your name anymore.
Yeah, and then Danielle's right. She gets got by the same fucking thing twice in a row.
2 seconds later.
I'm like, this is the dumbest ghost hunter I've ever seen.
Exactly. A character who experiences paranormal stuff all the time, which means she knows that this is, like, she should be very aware. It's like a chef touching a pan going, oh, that was hot. You should fucking know. You don't touch the pan.
Right.
You're a chef. Like, what? Yeah, that blows my mind. That was such a dumb-ass, stupid fucking scene.
Yeah, and also she sees Annabelle, and the fact that she even watches Annabelle grow, I'm like, the second you see Annabelle and you know this family doesn't have an Annabelle doll, get the fuck out.
Don't watch her. Yeah, don't watch her grow. Yeah, and then like the whole...
But the growing thing, though, was so, really what I was thinking in my head is I was like, this is so Five Nights at Freddy's. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, this is so CGI, not real.
I was thinking
fake.
like Goosebumps a little bit.
Dude, that too. Goosebumps is another good example. Mm. It was very Goosebumpsy, like, but what are those two things have in common? Horror for children.
Yeah, it's for children.
Horror for children. Like, that's what it is.
I couldn't believe it. You know, and speaking of horror for children, you know, I know we're wrapping up here. I just wanted to say, like, I really hate what they did with Judy when she gets possessed, because then they start doing all of our pet peeves, which is the demon is speaking through her body, so she's like, we've been waiting for you. Okay, oh, scary. And then she does the I'm smiling even though I should be frowning. Okay, cool.
And
then she's in a little like fetal position almost, now doing her little mantra song, but like this, like a creepy little kid. Polly Pocket, Polly I was just like, this is corny as hell. What are we doing?
And then she does another thing that we don't like.
Which one's this one?
Crawling towards someone else. She starts doing the Megan run on all fours.
Oh, yeah.
And starts running at her.
Yeah.
She does the Megan on all fours thing.
Yeah. I just like, dude, this is so fucking stupid. This movie sucked.
Yeah.
This movie sucked.
This movie sucked. I probably will not be watching this one again. But I will say it is one of the ones, if someone has it on, I'll be like, all right. But if someone comes over and says, I want to watch this movie, I'll say, watch it at home. Watch it at home, then come over. But like, yeah, my favorite part of this movie, even though it's frustrating because my favorite part of this movie, I have a complaint about. It is the vomiting glass scene, because it was so visceral and it was so violent. And I was like, in the context of a better movie, I would have loved this. I would have loved the idea of a demon so powerful that it can force glass into your stomach because it haunts a mirror and you try to break that mirror is really scary to me and really gory and visceral and violent. And I love that. I think in the context of a Conjuring movie, it doesn't make any sense. My least favorite part of this movie is the Annabelle growing scene. It was the least scary part of the movie. It was the dumbest part of the movie. And it just felt like it was for children. I was like, I don't see anyone being scared of this. Like who in the writer's room was like, you know what would be really fucking scary? If she starts getting bigger and her bones are cracking. I'm just like this. Like even if this happened in one of your games, like one of your Sunday scaries, I think we would have been laughing.
Yeah, definitely.
Least favorite part is her getting got right after one after the other. That was very dumb.
With the fake voice, the mimic.
Well, honestly, just
by the way, when that happened,
mirrors.
I said it's a mimic.
A mirror room. That's my least favorite part. A mirror room. If you have a wedding venue and you have a freaking mirror room, get rid of it right now.
I would agree. I think that's good advice. I know that my favorite part of the movie, I already said it. I thought it was the line about wanting lasagna. I thought
so give more context to this. So there's a creepy scene. So
okay, I second that. That's my favorite part.
They're at dinner, okay, and they're trying to order. And as they're ordering, you can see that Lorraine she can feel a presence with them in the room. And then as she's looking around, she sees her daughter is doing her little chant. She's like staring straight down at the table and she's doing and then she's like, she reaches over, she grabs her hand and she's like, you're not real. And then she looks up and then there's a hand on Judy's shoulder that like slowly goes away. And then the waitress is like, and for you? And then she's like, I'm sorry, what? And then Lorraine's like, the lasagna. She'll take the lasagna because she was in the moment. She was present. And the daughter's like, thank you. And then the waitress walks away and he just stays on Patrick Wilson and goes, wish I could have lasagna. Because he's had a heart attack.
He has a heart attack. So
he's been told to.
He just got chicken on greens with the dressing on the side. He's that down bad.
He's done bad. Wish I could have lasagna.
And he says, wish I could have lasagna. That was funny.
I thought it was funny too because I'm like, dude, did you not just watch your two demon knowing people?
Here's what I thought. Well, I was thinking this, of course we go to comedy a lot and we... I'm sure if we were sitting next to each other in the theater, we probably would have quipped here and there. I was thinking during this scene when they were like doing their chants and looking at each other like, oh my God, there's ghosts. He was probably going to be like, periods, huh?
That time of the month for both of you.
Women in their periods.
Which he would have been allowed to say back then.
Exactly. It was, the 80s. We weren't as aware.
But also, it's like, it goes to show like this part of the life, like, and it's just like, oh, this just happens. My life just tunes out.
That's true too. He might have not like. He might have been like, this is every day.
Yeah, honestly.
Fuckers, so.
But yeah, it was funny.
Like, I'll ask, but she's not going to tell me until she's ready to tell me. She's not ready to tell me until she's ready to tell me when she's about to try and give me a dang heart attack.
That's why I think Ed Warren was not a con artist, but Lorraine was. And she was the only one. Because I think she went, oh, there's freaking demons. And he's like, no way.
He's just a lovable idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what? My wife is she's powerful. She's
like, oh my God, there's demons in the trash. You have to take it out. He's like, no, I have to protect my wife. I'll protect you. I'll protect you.
Dude, there's demons in the dishes. You gotta do those dishes. So I thought that was a really funny line. My least favorite part, yes, it has to be the Annabelle scene because it audibly made me say this movie fucking sucks out loud. Audibly out loud. I'm glad I clarified that. Beautiful drop. But I mean, it's really a tie with how long this movie felt. I told David and Danielle and Taylor, I said, I genuinely felt like that theater, we entered some weird fucking time warp zone. And yeah, it says that the movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but there's no fucking way. I think we entered into a space that is between space and time. And something got shifted and we might see the repercussions of it. I don't know. We might have unlocked something. With all that said, I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10.
Well, hate to be that guy, but I am also landing on a 2 out of 10 for this one. Yeah, I mean, I think The Devil Made Me Do It was like a 0 for me. I will never watch that movie again, never wanted to. The first one was probably like a 6 or 7. And then the second one was like a 5 or 6. So pretty steep drop off.
I would say if we're rank the Conjuring movies, Conjuring 1 through 4, this one is before the third one, but after the other two for me. And then as far as a scary movie goes, scary movie in general, I mean, yeah, it was probably like a 3.
And what emojis would you assign to this
A
movie?
3 out of 5, by the way. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Oh, she's a 5. Oh boy.
Sorry, it was probably about a 5 or 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay, thank you. Now I can understand you because you're using a proper system.
3 out of 5 doesn't make any fucking sense. This isn't a restaurant.
This isn't Yelp. All right. Do you not understand that we have patented and trademarked out of 10?
No one ever did that before us.
Oh, we broke ground with that.
I'm so sorry.
But what emojis, if you were putting in your notes, app,
Yeah, what emojis?
what emojis are you giving?
The scream. No, just kidding. The laugh, cry emoji. Probably a little doll.
Oh, doll emoji.
Because that's nobody's gonna understand my emojis because half of it is something that helps me remember how I felt about it and stuff that like some emojis are like to help me remember a scene.
I think some people might understand your emojis better than they understand our scores.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, like I said, sometimes the emoji helps me with a scene.
If you put it down in your notes app, send it to us and we'll add it to the Instagram post.
Okay.
But yeah, no part 2 for this one.
We've talked about this movie. We've already done everything we can.
We've done everything we can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this for for other spooktacular stuff. We'll do some spooktacular part 2s
for sure.
Where we'll do like some trivia and some games and things like that. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, Danielle.
I have something for your Instagram followers. Okay. Comment.
I don't have any, but yeah, go ahead.
It's true.
Comment on however you reach out to the boys here. If you want me and Daniel maybe to do a little mini thing on some of the Shudder movies that we watch all the time. And also if you would like me, Danielle, to do a little mini series on streaming movies because I watch a lot of streaming movies.
Yes, me and Dan
mini
only
series on Instagram.
Yeah, we only review movies that came out in theaters. Danielle watches a lot of the new releases on streaming. So if you guys would be interested in that, and honestly, without even caring about what y'all want or don't want, we might just do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
No one listens to our podcast.
But it'd be cool if you guys would support the idea.
It would be cool if you guys supported us and told us that you love us and you love our sister because it's important to us. But no pressure.
But yeah, no, just do whatever the fuck you want.
We won't cancel the podcast again.
I'm also the cutest of the 3, so it will be video.
It's rude, but
video
true.
review.
It's rude but true. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, and you can't forget that we also stream. So if you want to come hang out with us, you want to come chat with us, you can talk to us about movies. It's always an open AMA. We are at Wild Dream Stream on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
And twitch.tv/Wild Dream Stream, where you can find us live. If you want to get involved in the conversation, let us know what you thought of this movie. If you went to go see it, let us know what you thought of this episode. You can also reach out to us at Wild Dream Pod on Instagram and TikTok. But until next time, we love you. We spook you. Ooh. Good night. Ooh.